Best shot yet.
Tiny inspectors carefully assessing a trio of avocados.
I think we all know the pain of cutting open an avocado that's not ripe or overripe.
They're far from the perfect size and shape, but that's what makes them ideal for Auckland artist Adam Popovich's latest project.
They're not the typical big size avocado. Sometimes the big ones, these little guys can get lost in, so the smaller ones actually suit my purpose a lot more.
The artwork's in collaboration with Wonky Box and their recent search to find the country's wonkiest fruit. The winner, this avo from Gisborne, dubbed the Sparrowcado. The final masterpiece will be auctioned for food rescue charity Kiwi Harvest.
They have Peter Gordon as their ambassador, and also Michael Meredith. I worked with him for a couple of years at the Grove, so yeah, it just felt like, oh wow, this is meant to be. Like it's like the perfect kind of combination of talents.
These are just a few examples of the many cosmetically challenged produce that, instead of ending up in the bin, are processed here at one of Wonky Box's 3 packing sites.
Each of those sites have got a team of about 15 today. They'll have another team tomorrow, the same team of 15, pick and pack in the Wonky Boxes for this week.
So I see you've got lots of veg and fruit here, and this has all come from, I guess, across the country, different places.
Yeah, a lot of this produce will be from the North Island. In fact, everything in our North Island boxes is sourced locally to the North Island. For example, like we've got citrus out of Gisborne, we've got avocados out of Northland. We've actually got some cool examples of some of the product going in the boxes this week. So like, here's an example of some fresh new season navel oranges on the smaller side, you see. So doesn't have a lot of market appetite for, but like we'll pick this up from growers in Gisborne and put them in our boxes.
Up to 40% of fruit and veg grown in New Zealand doesn't even make it off the farm, which is where Wonky's rescue mission begins, providing a home for produce like these avocados that could otherwise end up as waste.
There's no cheating what customers see in a box, so we're only as good as our grading standard. So fruit that doesn't meet that standard, years like last year, where we had the floods in Hawke's Bay, impacted us quite a lot. So last year Wonky Box helped out Freshco hugely by allowing us to pack a volume of this fruit for New Zealand consumption.
Alone food waste equates to about 4% of the global emissions in New Zealand, and what's sometimes even more shocking for people to hear is the amount of waste that happens at the start of the supply chain, so what we call the primary sector. So I think what Wonky Box is doing really well is we're addressing that food loss that's happening on farms, not necessarily in consumers' homes or households. We do our bits to help, obviously incentivise use of all the veg if it is in the home, but the biggest impact that we're now making is actually reducing that loss on a farm front.
The 2023 Kantar New Zealand Food Waste Survey estimates the value of food waste per New Zealand household is worth about $1,500 a year. Nationally, this equates to $3.2 billion. Recently launching their fruit-only box alongside veg and mixed options, it's a cost Wonky Box hopes to help bring down.
It's a classic case of don't judge a book by its cover, I suppose. Embrace it, be open to trying new things at times. Eat within the seasons, because that does wonders for everyone, not just consumers. But look, get on board. It's affordable. You're doing a really good thing by supporting growers, reducing waste, and eating within the seasons.
There is nothing wrong with the fruit. It just has, this is what we call russet, which is out of spec. So the fruit is still crunchy and juicy and tastes really good.
All right,
cheers.
The verdict, just as delicious as promised.
Not bad, right?
it's really good.
It's wonky as.
Perhaps some reassurance for these little guys that it's what's on the inside that counts.
Thanks for watching this New Zealand Herald Focus video. To stay up to date, click the subscribe button below or check out some of our other videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more news worth knowing.